Chapter 1, Introduction to Child Rearing. Why is it important and what are the fundamental principles? Child rearing is one of the most important tasks that we have as parents. The goal is to raise our children to become responsible and independent adults who are capable of managing their lives and navigating society. However, child rearing can also be a challenge. Each child is unique and has their own needs and personalities. There are no universal rules or guidelines that apply to all children. Instead, parents must learn to tailor their approach to the individual needs and personalities of their children. The foundation of successful child rearing is love and appreciation. Children need love to develop trust and self-esteem. When children feel loved and accepted, they are more willing to accept boundaries and take responsibility. Parents must also give their children positive attention to nurture their talents and strengths. Child rearing should also be built on a strong foundation of rules and principles. These rules should be clear and consistent and based on reasonable and sensible principles. Parents should also explain the reasons behind the rules and principles to promote their understanding and acceptance. Another important principle of child rearing is the balance between authority and freedom. Children need a certain degree of authority and guidance to be safe and secure. At the same time, they should also have the freedom to make their own decisions and gain their own experiences. Parents should grant their children the necessary autonomy and independence to promote their development and self-confidence. Child rearing should also be built on a strong foundation of communication and empathy. Parents should learn to approach their children, listen to them, and understand their needs and concerns. They should also be able to express their own thoughts and feelings clearly to build a positive relationship with their children. Child rearing can be a challenging and demanding task, but it is also one of the most rewarding. Parents who invest time and effort into rearing their children can be confident that they are contributing to positively influence their children's lives and giving them a solid foundation for a successful future. Chapter 2, Understanding Child Development. What to expect at different stages. Understanding child development is essential for effective child rearing. Children go through different stages of development, and each stage presents its own unique challenges and opportunities. Infancy. The first stage of child development is infancy, which spans from birth to around 18 months. Infants develop rapidly during this stage, learning to move, communicate, and interact with their environment. Parents should provide a safe and nurturing environment and establish a secure attachment with their infant through affectionate interactions. Toddlerhood. The next stage is toddlerhood, which spans from around 18 months to 3 years old. Toddlers are curious and active, and they are learning to become more independent. However, they are also prone to temper tantrums and can become easily frustrated. Parents should set clear boundaries and provide a structured environment while allowing their toddler to explore and learn through play. Preschool. Preschool is the stage from 3 to 5 years old. Children in this stage are learning to become more social and independent, and they are developing language and cognitive skills rapidly. Parents should encourage their child's creativity and curiosity while providing guidance and structure to help them develop social and emotional skills. Elementary school. The elementary school years, from around 6 to 12 years old, are a time of significant intellectual and social development. Children are learning to navigate social hierarchies and to manage more complex academic challenges. Parents should encourage their child's autonomy and self-confidence while providing guidance and support to help them manage the increasing demands of school and social life. Adolescence. Adolescence is a period of significant change and development, spanning from around 12 to 18 years old. Adolescents are experiencing physical, cognitive, and emotional changes as they navigate their identity and relationships. Parents should provide a supportive and understanding environment while maintaining clear boundaries and expectations to help their teenager navigate this challenging time. Understanding child development is a crucial aspect of effective child rearing. By recognizing the challenges and opportunities presented by each stage of development, parents can provide their child with the support, guidance, and structure needed to thrive and reach their full potential. Chapter 3, The Importance of Positive Discipline. creating a safe and supportive environment for children. Discipline is an essential part of child rearing, but it is often misunderstood. Many people associate discipline with punishment, but discipline is much more than that. Discipline is about teaching children to understand and manage their behavior and to develop the skills needed to become responsible and productive members of society. Positive discipline is an approach that focuses on creating a safe and supportive environment for children. Positive discipline emphasizes teaching children the skills and behaviors that are expected of them rather than simply punishing them for their mistakes. The goal of positive discipline is to help children develop self-discipline, self-esteem, and respect for others. Positive discipline is based on several key principles. First, it is important to establish clear expectations and boundaries. Children need to know what is expected of them and what the consequences will be if they fail to meet these expectations. Parents should also explain the reasons behind the rules to help children understand and accept them. Second, positive discipline emphasizes the importance of positive reinforcement. Parents should acknowledge and praise their children's good behavior to encourage them to repeat it. Positive reinforcement helps children develop self-esteem and a sense of accomplishment. Third, positive discipline focuses on teaching rather than punishing. When children make mistakes, parents should use these as learning opportunities to help their child understand what went wrong and how to make better choices in the future. This approach helps children develop problem-solving and critical thinking skills. Finally, positive discipline is based on empathy and respect. Parents should listen to their children and try to understand their perspective. They should also treat their children with respect and kindness to model these behaviors and encourage their children to do the same. Positive discipline creates a safe and supportive environment for children to learn and grow. By focusing on teaching rather than punishing, parents can help their children develop the skills and behaviors needed to become responsible and productive members of society. Chapter 4: Effective Communication with Children, Listening, Talking, and Understanding. Effective communication is crucial for building strong relationships with children. Children need to feel heard, understood, and valued to develop a sense of self-worth and to feel confident in their ability to interact with others. Listening is a crucial component of effective communication. Parents should take the time to listen actively and attentively to their children, giving them their full attention and showing that they value their thoughts and feelings. This approach helps children develop their communication skills and builds their self-esteem. Talking is another important aspect of effective communication. Parents should use age-appropriate language and be clear and concise in their communication. They should also be open and honest with their children while maintaining appropriate boundaries and age-appropriate information. Understanding is also essential for effective communication. Parents should try to see things from their child's perspective and respond in a way that is respectful and empathetic. They should also be aware of their own emotions and reactions, recognizing that children are sensitive to these cues and may be influenced by them. Effective communication requires patience and practice. Parents should be patient and willing to listen, even when their child is upset or frustrated. They should also be willing to ask for clarification and to explain their own perspective in a way that is respectful and clear. Finally, effective communication requires ongoing effort and attention. Parents should make communication a priority and strive to maintain open lines of communication with their children as they grow and develop. This approach helps build trust and strengthens the parent-child bond. Effective communication is a key component of successful child rearing. By listening actively, talking clearly, and showing understanding and empathy, parents can build strong relationships with their children and help them develop the communication skills needed to succeed in life. Chapter 5: Nurturing Emotional Intelligence in Children, Helping Them Recognize and Manage Their Emotions. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Nurturing emotional intelligence in children is essential for their social and emotional development, as well as their success in life. Children are born with a range of emotions, but they often lack the skills to identify and manage these emotions effectively. Parents can help their children develop emotional intelligence by providing a safe and supportive environment where they can learn and practice these skills. One way to nurture emotional intelligence in children is to encourage them to identify and label their emotions. Parents can help their children recognize different emotions by asking questions and providing examples. For example, they could ask their child how they are feeling and provide a range of emotions for them to choose from, such as happy, sad, or angry. Another way to nurture emotional intelligence is to help children understand the causes and consequences of their emotions. Parents can encourage their children to reflect on their emotions and consider what triggered them. This approach helps children develop self-awareness and empowers them to manage their emotions more effectively. Parents can also help their children learn how to regulate their emotions. This involves developing strategies to manage emotions such as deep breathing, meditation, or physical exercise. Parents can also model healthy emotional regulation by managing their own emotions in a positive and constructive way. Empathy is another key component of emotional intelligence. Parents can help their children develop empathy by encouraging them to consider other people's feelings and perspectives. This can be done by asking children to imagine how they would feel in someone else's situation, or by encouraging them to share their own experiences and feelings with others. Finally, parents can nurture emotional intelligence in children by providing opportunities for social interaction and emotional expression. This can be done through play, art, or other forms of creative expression. It is also important for children to have positive role models and mentors who can support and encourage their emotional growth. Nurturing emotional intelligence in children is a key part of successful child rearing. By encouraging children to identify and label their emotions, understand the causes and consequences of their emotions, regulate their emotions, develop empathy, and express themselves creatively, parents can help their children develop the skills needed to succeed in life. Chapter 6: Setting Boundaries and Limits, Teaching Children Responsibility and Self-Discipline. Setting boundaries and limits is an essential part of effective child rearing. Boundaries and limits help children understand what is expected of them, and provide a sense of structure and security in their lives. They also help children develop responsibility and self-discipline, which are important skills for success in life. Parents should set clear and consistent boundaries and limits for their children, taking into account their developmental stage and individual needs. Boundaries and limits should be communicated in a positive and respectful manner, and should be enforced consistently. One way to set boundaries and limits is to establish rules and routines. Parents can work with their children to develop rules that are age-appropriate and align with their values and priorities. Rules should be communicated clearly and reinforced consistently, with consequences for breaking the rules that are appropriate and reasonable. Parents should also be willing to set limits on their children's behavior when necessary. This might involve limiting access to technology or setting curfews for older children. Limit setting should be done in a way that is respectful and consistent, with clear explanations for why the limit is being set. Another important aspect of setting boundaries and limits is teaching children responsibility and self-discipline. Parents can do this by involving their children in decision-making and problem-solving, encouraging them to take ownership of their actions and consequences, and teaching them to delay gratification and plan for the future. Parents should also be mindful of their own behavior and the example they set for their children. They should model responsible and self-disciplined behavior, such as following through on commitments and managing their own emotions in a positive and constructive way. Effective boundary setting requires ongoing effort and attention. Parents should be willing to adapt their approach as their children grow and develop, and should be open to feedback and discussion. By setting clear and consistent boundaries and limits, and teaching children responsibility and self-discipline, parents can help their children develop the skills they need to succeed in life. Chapter 7: Building Resilience in Children, Helping Them Cope with Life's Challenges. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficult situations and adapt to change. Building resilience in children is important for their emotional and mental health, and for their ability to succeed in life. Parents can help build resilience in their children by providing a safe and supportive environment where they can develop coping skills and learn to manage stress. This involves encouraging children to face challenges and supporting them through difficult situations. One way to build resilience is to help children develop problem-solving skills. Parents can encourage their children to think critically and creatively when faced with challenges, and help them develop strategies for overcoming obstacles. This approach helps children feel empowered and confident in their ability to handle difficult situations. Another way to build resilience is to help children develop a positive outlook. Parents can do this by emphasizing the importance of optimism and gratitude, and by encouraging their children to focus on their strengths and accomplishments. This approach helps children develop a sense of self-worth and optimism, even in the face of adversity. Parents can also help build resilience by promoting healthy habits and routines. This might involve encouraging children to eat well, get enough sleep, and exercise regularly. It can also involve teaching children relaxation techniques such as deep breathing and meditation, which can help them manage stress and anxiety. Building resilience also involves teaching children to ask for help when they need it. Parents can model this behavior by seeking help and support when they need it themselves. They can also encourage their children to talk to trusted adults, such as teachers or counselors, when they are struggling with challenges. Finally, parents can help build resilience by encouraging their children to develop strong relationships with others. This might involve fostering friendships and encouraging children to participate in group activities or clubs. It can also involve teaching children effective communication and conflict resolution skills, which are important for building positive relationships with others. Building resilience in children is a key part of effective child rearing. By helping children develop problem-solving skills, a positive outlook, healthy habits and routines, the ability to ask for help, and strong relationships with others, parents can help their children cope with life's challenges and succeed in life. Chapter 8: Encouraging Creativity and Imagination in Children, Nurturing Their Unique Talents and Gifts. Encouraging creativity and imagination is an important part of raising children. Creativity helps children develop problem-solving skills, critical thinking abilities, and the ability to express themselves in unique and innovative ways. Parents can nurture their children's creativity by providing opportunities for exploration and self-expression. This might involve providing art supplies and encouraging children to draw, paint, or sculpt. It can also involve providing musical instruments and encouraging children to experiment with sound and rhythm. Parents can also encourage creativity by providing opportunities for imaginative play. This might involve setting up a play area with costumes, props, and toys that encourage creative play. It can also involve encouraging children to engage in storytelling and make-believe activities. Another way to encourage creativity is to provide opportunities for children to explore the world around them. This might involve taking children on nature walks or providing opportunities to learn about science and technology. It can also involve encouraging children to read books and explore different cultures and perspectives. Parents can also nurture their children's creativity by providing a supportive and encouraging environment. This involves giving children the freedom to express themselves and make mistakes without fear of judgment or criticism. It also involves providing positive feedback and encouragement for their efforts and achievements. Finally, parents can encourage creativity by helping their children develop a growth mindset. This involves emphasizing the importance of effort and perseverance, and teaching children to view mistakes and failures as opportunities for learning and growth. Encouraging creativity and imagination is an essential part of raising children. By providing opportunities for exploration and self-expression, imaginative play, and learning about the world around them, and by fostering a supportive and encouraging environment, parents can help their children develop the skills they need to express themselves and succeed in life. Chapter 9: Fostering Independence and Responsibility in Children, Teaching Them to Take Charge of Their Lives. Fostering independence and responsibility is an important part of raising children. As children grow and develop, it's important for them to learn to take charge of their lives and make their own decisions. Parents can foster independence by giving their children age-appropriate responsibilities. This might involve tasks such as setting the table, doing laundry, or cooking simple meals. As children grow older, parents can gradually increase their responsibilities, giving them more autonomy and independence. Another way to foster independence is to encourage children to make decisions for themselves. This might involve letting children choose their own clothing or allowing them to decide what activities they want to participate in. It can also involve letting children make mistakes and learn from them, rather than always stepping in to solve their problems for them. Parents can also foster independence by encouraging their children to develop self-care habits. This might involve teaching children to brush their teeth, take care of their bodies, and practice good hygiene. It can also involve teaching children to manage their time effectively, set goals, and prioritize their activities. Fostering responsibility is also important in raising children. This involves teaching children to take responsibility for their actions and their impact on others. Parents can do this by setting clear expectations and consequences for behavior, and by modeling responsible behavior themselves. Another way to foster responsibility is to encourage children to contribute to their community. This might involve volunteering at a local charity, participating in a community cleanup, or helping a neighbor in need. It can also involve encouraging children to be environmentally responsible by recycling and conserving resources. Finally, parents can foster responsibility by teaching their children financial literacy. This involves teaching children about budgeting, saving, and spending responsibly. It can also involve encouraging children to earn their own money through jobs or entrepreneurial ventures. Fostering independence and responsibility is an important part of raising children. By giving children age-appropriate responsibilities, encouraging them to make decisions, and teaching them self-care habits, parents can help their children develop independence. By setting clear expectations and consequences for behavior, encouraging children to contribute to their community, and teaching financial literacy, parents can help their children develop responsibility. Chapter 10: Building Strong Relationships with Children, Creating Trust, Respect, and Open Communication. Building strong relationships with children is essential to their overall development and well-being. Strong relationships help children feel safe, secure, and supported, which can lead to better social, emotional, and cognitive outcomes. One of the key components of building strong relationships with children is creating trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and it's essential for children to feel that they can rely on their parents and caregivers. Parents can build trust by being reliable, keeping their promises, and being honest and transparent with their children. Respect is another important component of building strong relationships with children. Respect involves treating children as individuals, valuing their opinions and feelings, and acknowledging their accomplishments and strengths. Parents can show respect by listening to their children, showing interest in their activities, and avoiding criticism or negative comments. Open communication is also essential for building strong relationships with children. Parents can create an environment of open communication by encouraging their children to express their thoughts and feelings, and by actively listening and responding to what their children have to say. This can involve having regular family meetings, creating opportunities for one-on-one time, and being available and present when their children need them. Another way to build strong relationships with children is to show affection and warmth. This might involve giving hugs, saying, "I love you," or spending quality time together. Affection helps children feel valued and supported, and it can create a sense of closeness and connection. Finally, building strong relationships with children involves being flexible and adaptable. Children's needs and interests change as they grow and develop, and parents need to be able to adjust their parenting strategies accordingly. This might involve trying new approaches, being open to feedback, and being willing to make changes as needed. In conclusion, building strong relationships with children is essential for their overall development and well-being. By creating trust, showing respect, fostering open communication, showing affection and warmth, and being flexible and adaptable, parents can help their children develop into confident, resilient, and well-adjusted individuals.